Hello, Unbreak Me here with a look at the LEGO Technic Aston Martin Valkyrie set number 42208. I gotta say that even though it doesn't have a gearbox or even a differential for the drivetrain, I still greatly appreciate this car even as a LEGO Technic fan. The main function of this car is revealed by opening the rear, which gives us a look at the gorgeous V12 engine utilizing those new yellow engine pins. These yellow pins that snap onto the cams are a much better solution than what we have previously seen for engines of this type. In previous Technic vehicles, the small spinning lift arms would not perfectly push the axles or pins up, and they would also get pushed to the side, so it often would get stuck, unlike this new yellow type. The engine shaft is directly connected to the rear left wheel, and I feel like with some basic modifications I could maybe add a differential here. The Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, which retails for $5 less, actually includes a differential, so that's something to think about. However, I do like the connection to a single wheel much more than a solid axle like in the Bugatti Bolide, because the wheels are able to maintain traction while turning since the inner one spins slower than the outer one. The car also features hand-of-God steering with a 12-tooth gear. Through some bevel gears, it goes to a horizontal axle which moves a red Technic lever connected to a flip-flop beam. It is a very clever setup that does not require the traditional gear rack. I really like this steering setup, but do you prefer the one with gears? Please let me know. One thing I really appreciate are these Back to the Future DeLorean style doors. This is really awesome, and it's quite impressive how this car, despite being so small, actually incorporates something unique here. If you're enjoying this video so far and you would like to uncover all aspects of LEGO's oldest theme, such as which sets are the most disappointing and which ones are the most functional, then make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Not to me, but to Racing Brick. No pressure though. No pressure. And on the inside of the car you can see the interior. It's pretty simple, you just have your basic steering yoke, as well as the two seats of the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Fortunately, you can actually open up the front hood. This is unlike the McLaren Senna GTR, which did not have an openable hood. I think that these sort of functionalities like openable doors and hoods are absolutely essential in a small Technic car that doesn't have a gearbox or a proper drivetrain or anything like that. I gotta say that this Aston Martin car looks truly phenomenal. I do like how shiny it is. Many of the aqua panels are reflective, which makes it look gorgeous. The aesthetics of this car are incredible, especially if you look at the rear spoiler piece. It gives you that feeling that this car was designed for the need for speed, which is exceptionally cool. The shaping of the sides is truly spectacular. It captures the aesthetic of the original Aston Martin Valkyrie absolutely perfectly. It's truly incredible considering these are Technic pieces, since you can't ever achieve the same flexibility of looks as with LEGO system pieces. For LEGO Technic, considering that they also included a V12 engine in a small $65 set, the aesthetic is truly incredible. What are the pros as well as the cons of this car? For the pros, it looks absolutely beautiful. I love the shaping from every single angle. It captures that original Aston Martin Valkyrie feeling perfectly. Another great positive is the price. For a measly $65, you get almost the same functionality as in many other larger Technic cars, minus the differential, of course. I also love that we got the Aston Martin license in the Technic lineup. Just imagine what they could do with this license. Maybe we could get a 1:8 scale Aston Martin as a successor to the McLaren P1. That would be legendary. But what about the cons of the car? Well, I can only think of one, which is the lack of a differential. Perhaps a differential would make this car too thick, and there is a constraint with how skinny this car needs to be, along with keeping the proportions accurate. I'm sure there is a good reason for the lack of a differential here, since the Corvettes include them. As for the lack of a gearbox, that's not really a con of this car, since it's just so small. Although, maybe if you sacrificed the interior, raised the engine by a stud or two, connected the wheel to the gearbox inside the cabin, and then have the output of the gearbox connected to the engine. It's certainly possible. However, considering how dense this car is and just how little empty space inside there is, it would be a very difficult mod. I also do have reviews of the Nissan Skyline as well as the Volvo electric wheel loader, which are the other June releases, so if you want to see them, then click on the videos right over here. This is your Unbreak Me here, and I'll see you in the next one.